Hi there, I'm Jen Rice, and I wanted to talk today about Kava and Kava tea and kind of all the rage around it. I was at the dentist office yesterday, and my dental hygienist, she said, what do you think about Kava? Like, we always talk about different health things and diet things, and just all kinds of things around functional medicine, dermatology, all of that. And she said, what do you think about this Kava rage? And I'm like, gosh, I don't know that much about Kava. I know that I had Kava when we were in Fiji. Actually, I didn't personally have any of it. I think Dennis did, but we were at this ceremonial practice in Fiji, where we were on this island, and this group that took us out there, they made this ceremonial drink at the end, and it was called Kava, and they said that it was good for anxiety, which I was like, okay, that's great. But then they said it tasted like muddy water, and I kind of thought, I don't know if I really want to drink that. And for those of you who maybe don't know me as well, I'm kind of I'm a slow to accept new things person, as far as things I order off a menu, new things I try, like as far as food or drink. I'm one of those people that kind of gets the same thing over and over again, whether it's a meal or a beverage. And so I was nervous about Kava, so I did not try it. But what she was telling me was, she heard it was really healthy. Maybe she should be drinking it. What did I really know about it? And I thought, oh, gosh, I got to be honest with you. I don't know much except for that experience there. But I'm going to look up some things. I'm going to see what's been going on. And well, I see you guys jumping on. Thanks for being here today. I'm talking about Kava tea, and like I was saying, my dental hygienist brought it up yesterday, and so I wanted to dig in a little bit to the sort of the buzz around it. And really it does, I guess, offer people almost a bit of a buzz or a high, if you will. So even Rolling Stone magazine recently did a piece on Kava, because I guess there's this there are these Kava bars popping up too, where they're serving Kava, and there's some controversy over how safe is it really. And I guess you could probably lump this in with coffee, because we all know that if we drink, for me personally too, a certain amount of coffee over and above what we probably should have, we're going to feel side effects. Well, that happens with Kava too. So Kava is actually the root of a pepper plant, and it is a plant that is from the South Pacific area. And like I mentioned, when Dennis and I were in Fiji, we were at a Kava ceremony, and they like put the roots into it's almost like make it into a tea. It looks like dirty, sort of slightly muddy water. And the roots, though, of the Kava plant are often used medicinally. So there's a lot of uses for that. And the reason that the roots are used medicinally, and now the tea has become even more of a heightened awareness, is that it eases anxiety. It helps to improve brain performance. It helps to curb addiction. So we're seeing a lot of people that are maybe trying to stop drinking as much alcohol. Some of the articles I was reading were talking about even younger people that are trying to not maybe drink as much or use any other recreational drugs, are turning to something like Kava as a quote unquote healthy alternative. It's been shown to help with stroke recovery, because it's increasing the circulation to the brain cells, easing PMS. So any sort of menstrual symptoms, either before, during, after, evidently there's some literature of it helping with PMS. Also, it has anesthetic and analgesic properties, which I thought was really neat. And in fact, I was reading that if you apply it to the skin on a wound, it actually can help with wound healing. So it's pretty neat that it's not only like anesthetic, analgesic, but also anti-inflammatory. And I love talking about anti-inflammatory lifestyle, but we'll get back to that in a second. And then the last part is that it can act as a diuretic. And so it was designed, so it's about 7 calories roughly, if there's nothing else put in it. It's about 7 calories a serving, and it's usually a very small serving. So they talk about a couple gulps of it, and that it can actually numb. If any of you guys have tried Kava out there, if you can drop me a comment about, did it numb your lips or mouth? I'm wondering if maybe the commercial, I haven't been to a Kava bar. If you've been to a Kava bar, it'd be great to hear your feedback on it. I'm wondering if they're kind of diluting it down quite a bit. We all know that there's a tea out there, it's called like yogi tea. They have a Kava sort of blend. I'm thinking that that is probably, I guess, diluted, you'd say, a bit. So let's talk about why wouldn't we, because like I name all that stuff off and I'm thinking to myself, well, why wouldn't I be drinking this stuff, right? What's to lose on this? Well, there's a couple things. So if you drink it in excess, meaning like a larger quantity, let's just say, I don't know, 12, 16 ounces a day, every day, or maybe multiple times a day, it can actually impair driving. It can make you sleepy. So they recommend not having Kava with any alcohol and not having Kava with any medications that may be somewhat sedating. So we're talking like the whole class of medications that can be sedating for people, which are quite a lot. Everything from muscle relaxers to, you know, obviously antidepressants to, I would think maybe some, obviously there would be pain medicine thrown in there too. So they're saying be super cautious about that. Not having it around the time of a surgery, so not maybe before surgery. I'm thinking that maybe that has something to do with the anti-inflammatory or some kind of property to it that maybe is not good if you're going to have surgery. Not drinking it if you're pregnant, not giving it to kids, and there is a risk of liver damage. There are some reports, and I couldn't dig through all of it because it was sort of, you know, this is like a quote-unquote supplement. So it's like, it's not really regulated by the FDA. It is legal to have Kava in the United States. However, I was reading that Australia has recently made Kava illegal. And then there were some other countries in there that were sort of working on things around it. Because I guess like anything else, a little bit of something is good and more of it is just even better, right? No, but in all seriousness, like less is probably more with this. So I think the take-home points would be, if it is Kava for you, well, first, you know, you could certainly try it, and I'd try a small amount. And if you felt like the effects were helpful to you in some way, then maybe using or having it in a very moderate amount, like very much moderation. We're kind of getting back to that point of like everything in moderation. And if you like this kind of topic, I am doing a 14-day challenge, Intro to Anti-Inflammatory Lifestyle. It is our July challenge, so we've done this will be our fourth round, which I'm excited to launch next Monday. So if you're interested in that, there'll be a link here in the comments. And if you guys have had an experience with Kava, please drop me a comment below. And thanks so much for watching. Have a great, great day.